Hi guys, and today I'm going to talk about the Sunderland players that are out of contract at the end of the season and give you my thoughts on whether they should be off the new contract or not. I'm also going to be talking about the club's loan players at the end as well and what we should do with them. So the first player out of contract is Corey Evans. We all know what's happened with Corey Evans, like the last year that he suffered a big injury in January last year and he hasn't played for the club since. It looks like he's coming out the other side of it now. He's played like the last two under-23 games against Newcastle and Leicester, and he actually scored a banger against Newcastle. To be fair to him, and he could be available for the Cardiff game. What's obviously brilliant news for him. It could be good news for the club as well, like for some much needed experience to come back into the group for these final year fixtures. But if I'm in total honesty, at this moment, I'm probably leaning against offering him a new contract. As if I'm in total honesty, with like the injury he's suffered, the time he's had out, and his age, he's 34 before the start of next season. I just can't see him being at the required level we need anymore to like make that next step next season. What for me has got to be trying to make the playoffs, and I just don't think Corey Evans will be good enough anymore for that objective. The one thing I will say with Corey Evans, I think if he can come back and show that he's still at a decent level, I think there's a chance that he might be off the new contract, given his captain and for his experience, and given that he was a good player like to begin like before he got injured, and he was like a very well liked player and got a lot of experience in his captain. But at the minute, I just don't really want to commit to like saying that we should offer him a new contract. And at the minute, I probably would let him go. So yeah, Bradley Dack's the next player out of contract. Obviously, he signed against for from Blackburn when his contract was up in the summer there last summer. Bradley Dack, to be fair to him, started off okay for us at the start of the season. He got an assist for Job against Rotherham and he scored in a 5-0 win against Southampton. But since then, he's struggled with both injury and when he has been on the pitch, he hasn't really like done much either. And and this kind of sums it up. He's appeared on Love. I know he's been on the bench for the last few games. I know that he was played for the Sunderland 21 like Corey Evans the past few games. He scored a goal as well against Leicester, but he spent more time playing for Sunderland's first team this year. I mean, he spent more time on Lewis Women and Love Island than playing for Sunderland's first team this year. What kind of sums like this signing up? And given the fact that this was a signing, he was very much a Tony Mowbray signing, and he was very much signed to replace Tony Mowbray. And the fact that he's on high wages as well, I think it sort of makes the decision easy for us, and that we shouldn't offer him a new contract. So yeah, I would let Corey Evans, I mean not Corey Evans, I mean Bradley Dack go, and I think that's what will happen. So yeah, Jack Diamond is the next player out of contract. Obviously, he's out on loan at Carlisle at the minute in League One, and I think that's just what he is, a League One player. And no matter how bad we are doing at the minute, we've just moved past Jack Diamond as a player. If you get what I mean, what totally fine, and that could happen. Club and player can like develop at different rates. If you get what I mean, just look at the other side. Jack Clark is probably past us as a player than we are as a club, and we're probably slaving someone to go and play in the Premier League. So yeah, I do. After everything that happened off the pitch with Jack Diamond, obviously what happened the last year off the pitch for him and was shocking, and I do wish him like the best of luck in his career, and I hope he does well. But I just don't think it should be at Sunderland, and I think we should let him go, and I think that what will happen. So yeah. Then the last player out of contract is Ellis Taylor. Taylor is a player who's been on the fringes of the first team for the last few years, but has never been able to break into the first team for whatever reason. As well, he obviously spent the first half of the season on loan at Hartlepool. What didn't go well. He got recalled in January. He barely played, and I just look at it, and I think he's 21 in like next month, and I just don't see him ever breaking into the Sunderland first team. And at this age, I just think Taylor should just go out and make a career for himself, if you get me, because he is now 21 in the summer, where he has absolutely got to be a first team player somewhere, and I just don't think that'll be at Sunderland. So I think it'll be like Jack Diamond. I do wish him all the best, and I hope he does well. But I think it is the right time for us to move on from Taylor. I think it's the right time for Taylor to go and move on to try and make a career, probably in League One or League Two. and yeah, I think that would be the best for all parties. So yeah. So that's what I would do with the players out of contract. Like I've just said, I wouldn't offer any of the 4 players who's out of contract new contracts in the summer. So now I'm going to go on to the club's loan players and see what we should do with them. So we signed Callum Styles on loan on deadline day for Barnsley. For me, I wouldn't sign him this far. I don't think he's been bad, but I could just tell he's not really what we need, if you get what I mean. And as well, he's played in a few different positions. I can't work out what his best position is, and I don't know. And even my dog's admitted he doesn't know what his best position is, and and yeah, he's just not the type of player we need. And yeah, that obviously could change in the next 8 games if he can have a good end to the season. But at this minute, I wouldn't sign him. So yeah, and then Mason Burstone, I'm not going to come here on and just slag the lad off, but he just isn't good enough to play at this level. And he struggled this season. I think he would be the first to admit that. He scored 1 goal against Stoke. I think he had a good game against Sheffield Wednesday as well, but other than that, he's been awful. And hasn't offered anything in the times I'm almost feel sorry for him because he looks out of his depth at this level and he's clearly not ready to play at this level. And I think it would be best for him in the summer to, when he returns to Chelsea, to go down in down to League One, get some confidence, do well in League One, and you never know, maybe one day he might be good enough for this level, but it's not now, and we definitely shouldn't be signing him. So yeah. So that's my thoughts on the players out of contract and on loan. Like I've just said, I wouldn't be renewing or signing any of them to new contracts. So yeah, leave your thoughts on that. Am I right in saying we should let all 6 of them go at the end of the season? Is there one player that you will keep? So yeah, so the next time you'll see me is on Thursday for my predicted 11 to play Cardiff on Good Friday. And yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and say, yeah.